Is the employment market, the unemployment situation steady, or are people just giving up on the labor market and not being counted? The June 2026 Employment Situation Report dropped last week. That's issued by the government, the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And they report the unemployment rate is at about 4.2%. That sounds kind of steady. It has been hovering around that number for a little more than a year now. But there's numbers beneath that number to get us to that rate that are making me say, what the fuck? In this short video, I will quickly cover where the employment market currently stands, how the labor market has performed during the last 18 months under this current administration, and then I'll address the issue, the number of people participating in the labor market, the June employment numbers, that in June we added like 57,000 new jobs. So that brings us to a total of employed people of like 162.5 million people. Where'd that growth come from? Healthcare, and with some help from professional services, business services, financial services. But here's the what the fuck moment. Leisure and hospitality shedded 60,000 jobs in June. In June, summertime, in leisure and hospitality lost jobs. Now that reported June unemployment rate of 4.2%. Looking underneath that, it gets a little scary because one of the factors in that number is the labor participation rate. The labor participation rate has dropped. May alone, 800,000 people dropped out of the labor participation. And people not in the labor participation rate don't get counted as unemployed. Add them back as job seekers, and we have an unemployment rate of like 5.1%. Now, a little bit about the last 18 months. That's how long the current administration's been in charge. The number of employed people during those 18 months has only grown by 0.2%. So it's safe to say that number's flat. Yes, we've added 360,000 jobs in the last 18 months. But that's like zero because, we got like 162.5 million employed people. An increase of 360,000 over 18 months is a flat employment growth rate. And the unemployment rate? No progress. We've been at 4.2, 4.5% for a little over a year now. And you know what? Some of those unemployed people, the ones that are classified as long-term unemployed, that's 27 weeks or more looking for work, that's increased by 14%. We got 7.5 million people unemployed. And that doesn't count the ones that just abandoned the job market. Wages grew a tiny bit during the last 18 months ago, but they've grown like pennies. They've grown $1.37 an hour. That's a growth rate of like 3.7%. But with an inflation rate of 4.5%, we're losing purchasing power. The wage increases are not keeping up with the price increases. All right, I'm going to end with that labor participation rate. Since January 2025, the number of people that want a job but are not being counted as unemployed has increased by 14%. Again, if they were counted, we would have an unemployment rate of like 5.1%. This happened under the last 18 months of the current administration. So the question is the employment market steady, growing, or are more people just giving up looking for work? Okay, here's my disclaimer. Every number used in this video is sourced by the government, the Bureau of Labor Statistics. I'll put the links in the description, all right?